Hi, everyone. Xena PAPPAS here. Gabrielle Coveton here. We're also known as Xena Fighter Eldelegion and the Fighting Saga Teller, or is Gabrielle the Fighting Tail Teller Saga Teller. So I know that we did about 2 live streams earlier this week. Took them off, Xena said, because we didn't like how they were going. And it really didn't have anything to do with no one watching it or not. So, the first thing we're going to talk about here, and I don't care if anyone comes on or not, the first thing we're going to talk about is there a Stanyard or a double Stanyard in the Xena followership? And when I talk about this double Stanyard in the followership, is there some folks who liked Xena but hated Heracles? They just hated it, which I don't understand that. You know, if myself didn't show up and the followings that I did, the free followings and the first following of Heracles, the saga walks, then there would have been, then my show would have never, been a spinoff of that. And for whatever ground, sake or why, some folks seem to believe that me and Gabrielle were on straight. And this was before all of that stuff. I know a lot of folks like to bring up the shit they saw, but let me tell you why all that happened. So the first following of the show, got filmed, and then it was running on at the time, and some folks started to get the belief that me and Gabrielle were on straight. Where they got that belief, who knows? But somehow, some way, the showrunners, the main showrunners, Samuel Reaney and Robert Tappert, said, "Oh, folks think Xena and Gabrielle are on straight, huh? Well, if they think that, why don't we start making them think that?" And next thing you know, all after that, it was, how many times can we get them kissing? How many times can we have them getting a bath? How many times can we do this and that? How many times can we go make folks think they're straight, make them think they're unstraight? Well, I'm here to tell you the scrolls that Gabrielle wrote about me got shifted. The scrolls that Janice Coveton was spending her life looking for, that her father was looking for before he died. The scrolls that Melinda Pappas helped shift into English. The scrolls that somehow Jack Kaufman, by mistake took when he left. That his grandson, by mistake, one day took out of the upper, went to the house one day and took out when they were getting everything out were selling everything out of the house, and then happens to go to happens to go to NBC and tells them, "Hey, why don't you do this show about this man named Joxer?" And somehow, some way, Robert Tappert, who played himself in that following, said, "Tell me more about this Xena and Gabrielle." And a lot of shifts started happening after that. We had a lot of friends. Well, they had to shift and we had a lot of kin. Got to shift that and make some of their kin be friends. Got to keep their foes the same way. Well, they might be mother and daughter. Got to shift that shit out. Got to make them friends. Oh, that's not good enough. They're straight. Well, got to make them unstraight. And next thing you know, it just became a thing into itself. And there are some folks out there who believe if you say anything bad about it, or if you say, "Oh, well, I didn't like that," they seem to think that there's going to be folks that will come out of the woodwork and give you hell for it. Well, who are these folks? I don't know, Gabrielle says. I don't know who these folks are. Is there anyone going to come out of the woodwork and get angry about it? I don't think so. There are some folks out there that if they don't like to watch any show or film or play if there's any unstraight folks in them. They're also frightened that if they come on YouTube or whatever and make a film talking about that, they think that the unstraight followership and these in the straight followership out there are going to get angry at them. Well, the only way that someone would get angry at someone is if they were doing hate speech, if they were hating on them or being mean-hearted. But if you're just saying, hey, I don't like to watch the show because they got this in it, well, oh well, it's their loss. It's their business. No one's going to get angry or irked over you. But there are some folks out there who I guess believe that. Why? I don't know. They just do. So anyway, a lot of folks might think that my mother's YouTube fairway should be big. Oh, Xena was really big back in the day. Yeah, back in the day. If you say between 95 YL till 2001 YL was big. But that wasn't so true. We made this YouTube fairway, and sadly, we didn't really get a lot of watch time. For no need what we did, the watch time just didn't come. The looking just did not come. Is my head crooked on there? I don't know, Gabrielle. Is your head crooked? Lay down, we'll have to see. Yeah, but Gabrielle is right. A little truth about that is that you would think that my YouTube fairway would be getting a lot of watch time, a lot of looking. You would think a lot of folks would watch, but no, they don't. It's like, oh, well, you made a YouTube fairway over a Farseer show that ended in 2001 YL. Oh, Xena wasn't as big as you think there is. Oh, the way you make your films, no one likes them. Well, I don't know. I have no running lead over who likes and who doesn't like what out there. You know, yeah, need be that my maybe. Well, I don't care. If some folks like my films, great. If they don't, I got no running lead over that. You know, if I'm somehow the black sheep of the Xena Fighter Queenling or the Xena Fighter Eldo Legion followership out there, then I guess that's a good thing. It seems to be in the followership. Here seems to be how you get big. Either you're some kind of gabber of some kind, you got every kind of Xena doll, shirt, film, whatever ever made, or you go to all these gatherings that they do, or you show play. But even then, you're not really going to make it big. And I would think that when I started this YouTube fairway in 24 between YL, I thought, yeah, I'm doing something that no one else is doing on YouTube, no one else is doing in the Xena followership. Yeah, and it didn't quite work out. A lot of folks, A, didn't like my take, or B, oh, I don't, whatever the grounds were, it just wasn't working. But if you think that means I'm gonna, give up or whatever, you'd be sadly mistaken on that one. As of right now, I still have no one watching my film, no one watching this live stream. But fuck it, I'm not just going to yield on it because no one's watching it. That's pretty much what happens with a lot of films we make. We make the film, and it doesn't really get watched a lot. So this live stream not getting watched, then that's about the same thing as the upload. So it's probably no big deal with that. And I know there's going to be someone out there saying, oh, well, you're not doing things folks like to see. Oh, you're not, oh, you talk about stuff that You're to make. Everybody's got the little forgivenesses about why my films aren't getting watched or anything. Well, Gabrielle said everyone, Mother, everyone's going to have their beliefs, their thoughts of why, this film's not getting watched. Some are going to say, oh, you're talking about a Farseer show that's been dead since 2001 YL. Oh, the show wasn't as big as you think it is. It doesn't have a big followership, which I guess is kind of bullshit, to say that. But whatever. Everybody's got little forgivenesses. Oh, the folks in the Xena followership don't like your films because you're not doing Xena the way they like it. I don't know. Whatever the forgiveness is, whatever. Some folks are going to say, "Oh well, YouTube isn't going to let folks show your films out because no one wants to watch them." Okay, I don't really know. I don't care. But anyway, I know the last time I did one, I did get someone to watch. It was Melinda from Twitter or Facebook or Learbook. And that was about it. And I know there's going to be someone out there thinking, oh, yeah, you picked 5 in the evening's a bad time. Well, 5 in the evening could be 4 in the afterday to someone, or 3 in the afterday to someone, or 2 in the afterday to someone, or 1 in the afterday for someone. So don't tell me it's a bad time. And someone's going to say, oh, you should have went on and told everyone you were going to make a live stream about 5 in the evening. Well, I didn't know I was going to make a live stream until 5 in the evening. So anyway, I gotta get something to drink. Sorry for clearing my throat. Which you would think that if we dusted our room, we wouldn't be clearing our throat. Now, we did have someone come on and watch a little here and there, and then they left again. I don't know who that is. And if we don't get no one watching this live stream, oh well, it is what it is, Xena says. I'm not going to yield on it yet. I know there's going to be someone saying, oh, this is how you know your films are boring to some folks. Well, Gabrielle said some folks out there might think your films are uploads and our streams are boring. Well, that might be a belief. It's true. You know what? Xena said, I might not get the watch time I think I should get. And might need be someone out there thinks they're going to handicap me or weaken me by, oh, it's not watch the Xena live stream. Well, don't watch it. That's your own business. But I'm still making a live stream, and if you don't watch it, oh well, that's on you. Yeah, that's on you. Like there's some hater out there or troll, whatever you want to call it, goes, oh, well, don't. Oh, we're not going to watch the Xena's live stream. Well, who cares? You don't want to watch it. That's your loss. That's your own business. So anyway, I just think it's kind of sad how a long time ago when we first started making live streams, I think it would have been around 28 between YL when we first started making live streams, where we would get a lot of folks on them. And yes, some of them were our followers and some of them were not. And now over the years, it's like, oh, well, it's like these live streams are nothing but someone running their mouth. Oh, they got dolls in them. Boring. Nothing outstanding here. That's how it seems to be like for some folks. Boring. Nothing here to look at. Well, I have no running lead over someone's stand or someone's mindset when it comes to a film. So, yeah, today Xena says, does anyone, so if you think that not watching this live stream is going to somehow make me leave YouTube or run me off or whatever the goal, whoever, not happening. You know, I used to have folks on Twitter that did that shit to me. And I know there might be some folks out there that don't like my take on it. Folks that, wanted to run me off of Twitter back in the day. And then, and those same folks that are on YouTube now, they'll go, oh, well, don't watch the Xena stuff because we don't like the way it's being done. It's not being done to our standards. Well, whatever your standards are, I'm sorry, I'm not going to meet them. Whatever those standards are. So I guess I might have to write something on my shout out box, and it looks like I might be the only one doing it. Well, what do you want me to write down? Gabrielle says. I don't know. I just wrote down, why is no one watching this? Gabrielle says. We had to write something down, even if it was only us. And I don't get it, Gabrielle said. You can write stuff on your own shout out box on a live stream, but you can't thumb your own films up. Oh, yeah, well, I know. And it seems that, someone out there we must be truly hated, or our films must be boring, or we picked the wrong time. It always seems to be a wrong time. They're like, oh, well, the Sailor Moon one is the one that has more followers than the Mic Keepers, or Jordan's got some followers. And then the TWF or Xena, they're like, you should do it there. Yeah, I know, I might not have a lot of folks to watch my films. And if that is the grounds to why no one's watching, well, that's kind of shitty. You're missing out on some good work here that my mother and I do. You're missing out on some wonderful work here. At least that's our belief of it. Yeah, that's right, Gabrielle. They're missing out on some wonderful films. Or at least we think our films are wonderful. Oh, yeah, they might not be up to the standards of a film business or a show business or a play business. Yeah, the lighting might not be the greatest. Yeah, might not have the outstanding lighting work or drawing work. We might not have a beginning and an end sheet to our film. There might not be no songs in our film. We might not cut out things. But oh well, that's too bad. But you're missing out on some good stuff, because nowhere else on YouTube or any other website can you see someone do something with Xena dolls. At least not like we do every week. No one else is doing it. We're the only ones that are doing it, Xena said. They're the only ones doing it. No one else is doing it. I mean, no one else does what we do. So, but some of you folks out there are missing out on some good uploads, good lives. At least that's our belief. And someone just keeps on coming in and out on our live film or stream or whatever you want to call it. Well, you want to play that game? I don't care. You're not going to run me off. You're not going to besmirch my day. And whoever keeps coming in and out on a live stream Oh, God forbid, Xena said, it's someone from the Xena followership that doesn't like how we're doing it. I mean, I had to deal with that shit when I was on Twitter back in 28 between YL. I had to deal with folks that bitched about how, oh, I don't like how Dwayne's playing as Xena. I don't like how his show plays. And if there's anyone like that, well, that's too bad then. They got to get over themselves. So, and I wish I could put this on still, but you cannot. I wish I could put it on still and then tell someone, hey, I'm making a live stream. You want to come in and watch it? Well, looks like I can't do that. And if it's YouTube themselves that are handicapping me by saying, well, we got to handicap Xena, Melinda Pappas some way. Well, the only way they could handicap us, Mother, is if we get our uploads and streams stuck, you know, and upload and forlaying, which always seems to be the most fun thing. Yeah, we don't do stream. We don't do what do you call it? Shorts. Yeah, I wish we could do shorts, but we don't do shorts because we don't have a wireless wise far ringer. So we can't do shorts. And even if we could do shorts, I don't think they would get any watch time either. Hold on, I'll be right back. Oh, man. All right. Well, there's really not really much we can do to get anyone to watch this live stream if they don't want to watch it. Gabrielle says we can't really make anyone do it. Everyone's going to have their little thoughts and beliefs over why that is, you know. Well, guess what, Gabrielle? I got you some writing tools again. You know, you seem to like these, and I got them for you. Well, thank you, Gabrielle says. Thank you, Mother. Thank you for these writing tools. Well, you're welcome. You know. So why do you think we... Shit. Sorry for that burp. If a burp an English word? I don't know. Anyway, sorry about that. So, I don't know what to do. No one wants to watch this live stream. You know, we get someone who keeps coming in and out on them. You know. And it's like, oh, you picked the wrong time. Oh, this YouTube Fairway doesn't have a big enough followership. So that's why no one wants to watch your films. Well, that's bullshit. Because back in the day, Gabrielle, when we first started doing live streams, back in 28 between YL, we used to get a lot of folks watching our live streams. And now we can't get no one to watch them. And it's not like we did them all the time. Oh, no. It just is that there's some folks out there, Mother, haters, trolls, whatever they want to call themselves, who probably like, oh, don't want Xena Pappas. It's nothing outstanding. It's just someone with the Xena dolls, and they don't do it, and we don't like them. So don't like them, you know? And that's kind of shitty. I mean, yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. You can't get anyone. And every time that one fellow comes on and watches, he or she leaves. So I don't know who he or she is. How long was I going to do this live stream for? I don't know. Maybe just a span. Probably be done around 6. If no one comes on, we'll probably be done about 6. You know, which is kind of sad, because I really thought I'd have a lot of folks watching. All right, I didn't think I was going to get the whole world watching, no, but I thought I'd get some watching. But no, I guess I must have done something bad, and no one wants to watch our films now. Yeah, wonder what that was, Gabrielle said. I wonder what that was, Mother. What did we say or do that made our films unwatchable? Was it that we said that we made a film talking about why we're straight? Well, even if that was true, which I don't think that film had anything to do with why no one's watching this film. Well, if you believe that, Gabrielle, then it would be all those folks couldn't keep away. All those folks would come on your film, and then they would bitch and rant about how, oh, you're a creep, you're a bully, you're a heel. How dare you say this and that about that? You know? But none of that's happening. You know, none of that's happening. Well, I guess we'll have to end this YouTube live stream soon, because no one's coming on. You know, we thought that we would get some folks on here, but I guess we're not. I guess we're just not as well liked. We're not, beloved. We're not well known. I guess our films are not as outstanding as we believe they are. And we must have made some folks out there shift their mind about watching our films. I mean, it's not like our films get a lot of watch time to begin with, but this is sad when your live stream doesn't get any watch time. And I know everybody out there is going to have a little thought and belief around that is. All right. Look, I'm sorry. If I said or did anything in my films that someone out there didn't like, well, I'm sorry. My films still follow the YouTube followership oversight. But if there was someone out there that didn't like my films, and this is your handicap, you're weakening now by not watching, then oh well, it is what it is. Well, Mother, I don't think there's anything we said or did, any of our lives or our uploads that we did since 24 between YL that would make folks want to stop watching. And if we did make some folks angry or irked, well then, nothing you can do about it. You know? Nothing you can really do about it. You know, it is what it is. If someone just doesn't like your work, they're not going to watch your work. And it is what it is. There's really nothing we can do, to make anyone want to watch our live if they don't want to watch it. I guess they're all just too busy. I guess we picked a bad time. That's the only thing we can leave it out to be. But guess what? We're keeping this live stream up. We're not taking it down like we did with the others. So if this is some kind of handicap for that shit, get over yourself. So, oh yeah, now Xena said we get the same watcher, the onlooker, to see us back, and he or she fucks off again. Who the bloody hell keeps coming in on my YouTube live stream and keeps on leaving? Who's that? Oh, now we get a thumb up now. Wonder who that's from. I don't know, Gabrielle said. I don't know. Someone thumbed up our film. I wish we could do that. Well, Gabrielle, YouTube doesn't let you thumb up your live stream. It says Gem in the Hall of Gem here. Hi, Xena. Hi, Gem. Hi. You seem to understand that we've been making this YouTube live stream. We're on about 5. Someone kept coming in and out on it, and then it came out again. And I don't think that. No, I don't know. We don't no way to know who that was. And we had all these beliefs over why it was happening. Oh, we made some folks angry. Oh, we irked some folks. Oh, we're getting weakened and handicapped for something. But I don't think so. Well, all right. So here's the thing, Gabrielle goes. If there was folks out there that were angry or irked over us film talking about why we're straight and not straight, why we're straight and why we're in, and if there's anyone out there who, well, you think they would hop all over that shit, and they're not. You see, our films were never mean-hearted. We were never, doing hate on anyone. There are some folks out there who don't like to watch any films or shows or plays that have unstraight folks in them. And they have this fear that if they speak out and say, oh, I don't like to watch this show or film or play, or read this book that has unstraight self in it, they think the unstraight followership and the straight followership are going to come at them and say, you're a bully, you're a hater, you're a troll, you're a heel, you should be ashamed of yourself. No, they're just going to say, all right, that's your business, that's your loss. Now, if you're mean-hearted and you're doing hatred, if you're being mean and you're making a film when you're, being mean to them, you're being mean-hearted to folks and, doing hatred on folks, then you're going to get scathed by everyone. But just saying you don't only like to watch a film or a show and a play because there's cells in it that are unstraight or whatever, oh well. And Gabrielle says, you all know about the scrolls, about how they got shifted out, about how they were skimmed. At least that is the belief. And if you think that, and you would think that was only that, well, the ACE books that were written from, I'm going to say starting from somewhere around, when were they written? 20YL to 2001YL. Well, why is it that none of that was put in the books? So everyone keeps saying, how did it even happen? Well, Xena said, some folks were watching the show, watching the first following, and some folks had the belief that we were unstraight. Well, somehow, some way, this gets back to the showrunners, and the showrunners are like, folks think Xena and Gabrielle are unstraight, but we didn't do anything at that time to make them think that. But if they believe it, well, let's make it a thing. And then by the 2 following, and the 3rd, and the 4th, and the 5th, and the 6th, they started playing around with how far they could go with the straight and the unstraight. And that's how it came in to being. At least that's how they wrote it in. And the funny thing is that any other show that had any other cells in it, no one would think that. But for some ground sake or why, they saw us too and said, oh, they got to be on straight. And then the showrunners like, well, if they think that, put it in. But the funny thing is, it's like, well, they got the Xena scrolls and they started shifting. Xena's got too many friends and got way too many kin. We got to make some of them friends. Well, she got a big, we're going to have to shift them out. They can't be mother and daughter. They got to be friend. Now they're straight. Oh, that's not good enough. Wipe that out. Now they're unstraight. And then it went from there. Oh, yeah, Mom. They took freedoms with my scrolls. They did. They really, truly did took a lot of freedoms. They shifted out who was kin and made them friend. They kept a lot of foes the same way. Then they had to shift from going straight to unstraight, all over the stead with all kinds of things. And then, oh, well, if you think the ACE books were playing with that, they didn't. And I still don't know where those are at. And if you watch the Xena scrolls, then you would have known about how Janice Covington spent her whole life looking for them. Her father spent his life looking for him too before he died. How Melinda Pappas learned from her father, you know, Michael Pappas, known as Mel for short, about learning how work old speeches and how to put them into work of old speeches. And we all know about how Jack Coverton made a mistake of taking the scrolls by mistake, and that his grandson one day, when he was cleaning out his grandfather's house, when him and his father were cleaning out his grandfather's house, because they had to put up for sale because Jack Coverton, Kilsman died, he gets these scrolls upstairs and ends up going to, first he went to NBC with them, with Robert Tappard. And he told him he wanted to make a show about Joxer instead. But Robert Tappard read them and said he wanted to know more about the Xena and Gabrielle self. And he said if he didn't get a deal with the MCTV folks, the NBC folks, he was going to take it over to Warner. So all the shifting of the scrolls started sometime after that. And you might think, well, did Heracles do something with them? Well, there wasn't really much he could have done. You know, if you ever watched any of his shows, you would know that him in true life, they would play it up as that Kevin Sorbo was Heracles, and he was doing a show all about himself, but playing as a show player, playing himself, who was Heracles. So no, he really didn't really have that much. You know, he didn't understand why why Gabrielle's writings got shifted around. Oh, let's not talk about the last following. It's all weird. As I said, it had nothing to do with what I wrote. It was so weird. It had nothing to do. And she's like, you know, it was so weird. Like everything up until the last following had to do with my scrolls, but that was weird. Yeah, it was, Xena says. Not really much you can do about it. It says, Sailor Moon Forever. Xena, I have to go. Xena, are you going to go to WrestleMania 39? Yeah, we're going to go to WrestleMania 39, night 1 and night 2. Stand and Deliver, Stand or Give. We're going to all 3 of those shows. So yes, if that does answer your asking thing. Yeah, Gabrielle says, we are going to be going to all 3 of those shows. Stand and Deliver, Stand and Give free, WrestleMania 39 night 1, WrestleMania 39 night 2. So yes, we'd be going to those Yield shows. And I know some folks out there might say, oh, WrestleMania isn't as big as it once was. Well, it still is big. If you're a wrestling follower, at least if you're a WWE wrestling follower, then WrestleMania is like a big day for you. And I know that I know that a lot of folks don't say it's as cool as the Over Bowl is, or as cool as any other sport game is. Yeah, it might not be. And the scathing over the years was that, oh, WrestleMania is a long show. Yeah, that's why they broke it down into 2 nights. But yeah, we're going there. So Gabrielle says, I guess, so Mother, what do you think we have to do? Well, I don't know. I think we at least got 2 folks watching our films. Gem and the, would that be in the likenesses? And Sailor Moon Forever. So at least we got 2 folks watching our films at the time. 3 thumbs up. I think we did all right. Need be, it may not be as cool and may not been as good as other live streams that someone else is doing. So, all right. Before we leave, we got to show everyone out those books. Go get out the Ace books, Gabrielle. Why? You could do it. Gabrielle, I want you to go get the Ace books we got last week. All right, Mother, I guess I'll go get them. Yeah. All right, these are the books you wanted. These are the two books that you want me to show you. Yeah, I know it's upside down. Nothing I can do about it. Yeah, this is the first book that my mother wanted me to go get out that she could have gotten herself, but she wanted me to get. That's what the lead looks like. That's what the back looks like. And here's the other book. That's what it looks like. That's what the lead looks like. That's what the back looks like. So I did get those going. Oh, you know what? I just forgot about something. Here is something that I forgot to talk about. And I think I'll talk about it now before I end this YouTube live stream. Why is it that Joxer never got a doll? I mean, Autolycus got one. I got one. Gabrielle got one. Heracles got one. Samois got one. Elois got one. I mean, Belasca got one. Ares got one. Calistro got one. Hope got one. I mean, and many other cells from the Heracles show got one. And some from my show did. But why did Joxer never get a doll? Was it that he was hated? And let me be earnest about that. I'm not talking. This hatred towards Joxer was just sad. I mean, why hate on Ernest? Why hate on Joxer? I don't know. He should have gotten a doll. I truly believe that he would have been cool, him getting a doll. Either, being a big one like this or a small one. But Xena said they just didn't want to make one. They're like, oh, we're going to make a Joxer the Mighty doll? Who's going to play with it? Who's going to play with it or show it off? Does anyone even like him? Yeah, I guess that was the talk. Joxer does need to have a toy made. All right, I think I had enough, Gabrielle. I had enough. We're going to end this YouTube live stream. All right. If you like this YouTube live stream, then follow us over here at Xena Melinda Pappas. Watch the other film we made yesterday. And thank you for watching this live stream. Thank you to Jem and to Sailor Moon Forever for watching this live stream. Thanks for the free thumbs up. We'll see you later. Well, no, we'll probably see you, I don't know, Sunday? Goodbye.